Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Gears Pro League Split number 4, Day 6. I'm Taylor Reflections Noble, joined by Colin the Crow Clark, looking like he's about to go bowling or golfing. I can't tell what kind of shirt that's for, brother. Which one is it?
Golf shirt. It's a golf shirt. I gave 2 lessons this morning, came home, streamed, and was carried successfully for 10 straight games by BFL, Nunar, and Bleach. I mean, they are just an unstoppable trio. There was no need for me to be there. It was insane how good they are at the video game.
Playing Gears?
Yeah.
Right on, dude. They grind it, man. Like just like you, always playing Gears, bro. It just runs through your blood. That's just the way that it is. And speaking of which, you casted some amazing matches yesterday, brother. Let's talk about those results, because we had one that went the distance that personally took me aback. But it seemed as if you both, or you both as in you and Blaze, couldn't get over it. And it was that Digital Slayers Northern Forces matchup. But even more so than that, Casa de Papel and Rise. 2 amazing series that went the distance.
I got bad news for you. That Northern Forces Digital Slayers match got me absolutely out of my seat the entire time, because I wanted the comeback to happen so ungodly bad that entire matchup. On the opposite end, I was almost never fully concerned that Rise was going to lose. And I kept getting more and more assured throughout that matchup, because Casa de Papel, I hate to keep bringing this up, but when the pressure got not ratcheted up against them, they started misrolling. They started making worse and worse plays. They were head downing at Rise. It's just one of those situations where you don't ever feel unconfident in the reigning defending champion's success rate, because of the fact that the team they're playing against just doesn't seem like they have it in them to close out. Also, you and I look very different, because apparently, according to the command, you are Guy Blaze and I am Toby Campbell.
Oh, sure. Hey, honestly, is that an insult, though? All right.
Not at all. I mean, I would look like Toby every day.
That's what I'm saying. I'm shredded like Blaze. You got a magnificent beard. So, and also that beautiful Welsh accent. So you've got a lot to work with. I've got even more to work with. So personally, I'm for it. Look at Rise. First place, 5-0. And obviously the returning champions, brother, and looking to be champions for Split 4, at least in standings when it comes to Pro League. They've been unstoppable. Pittsburgh Knights just behind them. One of the biggest factors, though, KCP in 5th. It seems as if they're having a bit of a tough time this split, more than I think the previous splits. And I even thought they had a tough time, not last split, but the split before that. But this split seems to be the toughest.
I think, honest to God, that this is because of the fact that this is the first time that core of Acels and Handles and Zyshim now, because he's been there for so long, has faced defeat, like real honest to goodness defeat. They went down in a major finally. We have seen other teams have to be in that position and come back gloriously the next time. If your name is Explosive, you know what I'm talking about, what it's like to lose in a major and then come back and win, I don't know, like 12 in a row.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
they've never been put in this spot.
Never. And they're going to have to overcome adversity, brother. It's not going to be easy by any means. Let's talk about our amazing schedule for today. We got a lot of great matches. At least I'm hoping we got some great matches. There are some curveballs out there. We'll get to that when we get to it. Fury 1, Digital Slayers, Rebel, E-United, and Pioneers and Pittsburgh Knights. There's a couple that I'm personally looking at. Fury 1, Digital Slayers, I think, is a perfect start for me, Colin, given the fact that Fury 1 has definitely had a tough time entering into Split 4. I thought they were going to be one of the strongest teams. But granted, I still think they are one of the stronger teams that entered through relegation. But Digital Slayers has showed us quite a bit yesterday against Northern Forces. So this is one that I'm personally really interested in. I know you're interested in that one, but you also got to look at the bottom, KCP and PK. That's also going to be a banger.
3 huge matchups. Fury 1 needs to start finding their footing with Toti on the team. Finally, they got to find a win sooner or later. They got to be able to find that kind of success rate. They're going up against Digital Slayers, who put their best foot forward yesterday against Northern Forces, went down in 5 maps. That Rebel E-United matchup is a huge matchup. We've got some late breaking news about that one. We're going to get that to you once we get that matchup talked about, once we get after and through that Fury 1 Digital Slayers. But that Pioneers Pittsburgh Knights, what are we going to see in that? What version of either of them squads are we getting?
Oh, yeah, because PK's been having a tough time. You know, last week they took an L, 3-0. Who did they lose to? Who was that magnificent 3-0?
Northern Forces.
Northern Forces.
My dad.
Bro.
My daddy. My daddy.
And your
my
dad.
daddy.
And Cell said, by the way, that matchup was a statement. All right, that was one thing that he pointed out during emergency.
He said that was a statement, and they went down 2-0 to Digital. Hey,
look,
you can't do that. You can't do that, brother.
I don't have the energy to pick a fight today, but you're right, man. Then they go down 2-0, and I'm like, you made a statement against PK, and then you don't make a statement against them. But granted, Pittsburgh Knights definitely took a week off, it seems. But KCP has been taking quite a bit off, including a forfeit yesterday. So that matchup is going to be very telling as to what what we're going to see out of both of them. But those three magnificent matches are taking place. We also have our wonderful side station that's going to be going down. Coste Papel Northern Forces. Another great matchup that I'm personally curious with. You get to see your dad, obviously, but Coste Papel is a team, you can't mess around with.
No, you cannot, because Casa de Papel just yesterday, they were putting Rise to task. They were putting them on the back foot through the first two maps, but then as everything started to ratchet up against them, that's what I'll be curious about. Can they feel the same level of pressure from Northern Forces, or are they going to be comfortable enough with their ability to close out against them to go ahead and get that victory? That's a very interesting match.
And watch and win. Obviously, chat has a chance to win themselves those beautiful Checkmate skins, this time the Retro and Lancer GL. I know they're beautiful. And with that wonderful Retro, you can also earn yourself $5 if you're a professional player. Not because it's the Checkmate, but you can earn $5 if you get the Retro charge. That's a challenge to any pro out there. Colin, I'm loving these skins.
They're absolutely beautiful. I'm so happy that I got the chance to showcase them early. I've done a couple of streams with them on. I usually I roll out a spawn in ranked with them. I like playing as the Desert Lizzie as well, that other skin that you can earn by watching every single solitary moment of Pro League. I have switched it up, though. As beautiful as that Checkmate is, I'm feeling the Super Soaker skins right now because it's about to be summer and it's super hot here in Virginia anyway. And so, I mean, look, I had to go with kind of a theme at this point. Also, you just look so good in that. Is that a Gymshark t-shirt?
Yeah, it is.
You
man.
look so good in that.
Couldn't be bothered. I am just changed.
Good gracious.
I appreciate you, brother. Yeah, it's it was a decent workout, man. It was a decent workout. Gymshark is a cool brand. Speaking of, you mentioned Super Soaker. How many do you got? I know you got a whole armory worth of those, right? So, and you and the kid just go out there and just battle against each other.
God. So my wife actually gave our daughter one of those, one of the ones that you just kind of put in a bucket and you can pull it and then it's like filled with water and then you just push it back together and it shoots.
Oh.
Don't turn your back on my daughter at this summer haul. Don't.
She's vicious, huh?
Like,
should take you down.
She'll have dolls in her hand playing with her toy house 1 second. Next thing I know, I've just got a skunk tail of water running up my back. Don't understand how it happened.
Skunk tail, never heard that before. That's funny. Skunk tail. Hey, I'm not messing with the whole fan bam. Let's talk about our first matchup. We got Fury 1 Digital Slayers, an incredible match that I'm personally interested in. I really don't know who's gonna. I got my prediction, but I definitely think either roster can win tonight. Fury 1 has been incredible. Jaled, Aimboot, Toti, and Ventry. Now, when I say incredible, not incredible in the sense that they're winning, because they're not. But one thing that they do consistently is they bring all the top dogs to a Game 5 pretty consistently. And I'm thinking we're going to see the same thing tonight, depending on what Fury 1 we see.
As long as Aimboot doesn't Fury quit. That's what I'm calling it tonight. If he rage quits out of a map, oh my god!
Oh, now that rage quit made me so angry, bro. Like, come on.
I just hope he keeps he's got to keep his wits about him. I think Toti needs to be a little bit better about trying to keep these guys under control. We saw what Fury 1 was able to do last split, where they were able to be very aggressive for a long time, and they didn't get as many wins because of their aggression. Hopefully, Toti can settle that tea kettle, get them some extra dubs. But they're going up against a very gamey Digital Slayer team. I was very impressed from what I saw from them last night. Most of all, I think Smokz might have been the most impressive player in the lobby on the losing side of things. The sheer comeback ability from, especially I looked to Cells and especially Lava last night as my MVPs from Northern Forces. As much as I love my dad, I just think that those two did as much as they could every which way, shape, form, and fashion to get the job done. But on the opposite end of that, Digital Slayers, to me, led by Smokz, put them on the back foot. He was incredible.
Yeah, Smokz has always been a great player, and it's nice to see him coming into his own. Same thing can be said for the entire roster. Toxiq specifically, love watching him play. Very versatile player. You never know what you're going to get from him, except violence, speed, and some other things, right? So definitely Toxiq.
Oh, boom. Oh, that got to you now. You holding on to that one, baby.
I'm holding back a little bit on that one. You never know what's going to happen when you say the whole three. But either way, for Digital Slayers, Colin, look, these guys are not to be messed with. And I think that's the storyline for Split 4 in general. Is you have top tier rosters, Rise, Pittsburgh Knights, KCP, E United, the mix of them. But the point is this split, as opposed to the others, if one team wants to beat you, they're going to give it their all to beat you. And we've seen that exemplified already in a couple of different series. And that should be scary for any of the top level roster. And I say top rosters respectfully, obviously being at the top 5 in standings. But the point is you can't take anything for granted, especially in this final split. You could take an L, and it can be a vicious one, as we saw with Pittsburgh Knights taking a 3-0 loss. One of the players, though, that's looking to defeat those top 5 rosters, and he's always a storyline on any roster that he's on, has to be Toti. But Toti hasn't had the star-studded split that you would expect him to have. He's actually had a bit of a rough time.
I look at it like this. I think Toti got so comfortable playing with upper echelon players, and that's not a knock on Aimboot, Jaled, and Ventry. But look at the last 2 rosters he got to be a part of. Think about the last 2 rosters he involved himself with. 2 rosters ago, he had Dyslexic, he had Exploits, he had Fiercely. His last roster, he had Cells and Kenny and Lava. Right. He had God and World Enders around him. This is a whole different situation because he is almost back to basics. I want you to look at Toti's kind of career trajectory. He's on Nimbus and Gears 4 with guys like TJ, guys like Demise, playing very good, playing and getting better, and then he gets dropped and he starts back over.
Right.
Then he gets picked up by a different squad. They get better, they get better. On Noble, they get better, and then he's dropped. And then he's picked up by a different squad. It's just like he needs time to get him there, but he ain't got that much time.
I know.
He's got to take these 3 dudes to the promised land quick, fast, and in a hurry.
I thought you were going to say prom, and I was like, where are you going with that? But you said promised land, so we'll go with that one, man. And look, Toti, he's definitely had some struggles, but like you said, he gets back up. And this Fury 1 roster is really, I think personally, maybe not in this split. It might be a bit, I don't know if it's too far gone per se, but because after all, relegation's not a thing, because there's not another split after this, so you really don't have to worry about that. But I do believe major time is where you're going to see the most of Fury 1 truly come out. But let's start taking a deeper dive in this series and go through our picks and bans. Starting off, we're not going to see Reactor, we're not going to see District, Canals, Clock Tower, or Vaskar, but let's hone in on Digital Slayers. District, Canals, Vaskar, why wouldn't you want to play Fury 1 on those 3 maps?
District, Canals, and Vaskar. You don't want to play Fury 1 on District because of how good Fury 1 is at the rotations to the 4 corners of that map. They're so good at it. Remember, just last split, even without Toti, they were able to take teams like Rise and United to the brink. They go into Canals. You do not want to go up against that front line of defense, that Jaled, that Ventry, that Aimboot. In that first mid-bridge fight, you don't want to give him the chance to double flash you out, especially with Toti having maybe 3, 4, 5 strats to throw at you because he's such a good IGL. And of course, Vaskar, Fury 1, very fast-paced, incredibly aggressive team. They will out-rotate you on the horse track. I think you're going to see a Regency. I think you're probably going to see... what's it?
I love how you say Regency.
I want to see Harbor. I want to see Harbor. Ritual, Regency are probably... We got R&R, Tomb, and Clock Tower. Ooh, Training Grounds. I like that. There's the Ritual, Regency, Tomb, and Checkout. Never mind. I don't know why I would think no. There's not a really designated sniper for either of these teams. So Clock Tower is just a bad call on my half. The Training Grounds kind of sets me off though because of the other 2 maps that we have to choose from when you ban out Vaskar between Training Grounds and Harbor, you have more of a chance for more headbutts on Harbor, in my opinion. Whereas Training Grounds really does boil down to kind of hopefully winning your initial and then playing defense. Toti was one of those prolific defensive players way back when on Noble. He was always one of those players that kind of put himself in a position to allow his teams to win on Training Grounds. So I'm actually I'm not shocked, but I still feel like Fury 1 would maybe favor a more headbutt style map, more chances to get back.
You think so? That's interesting. I think Fury 1, they can headbutt, but they also like the slower paced, which I think fits, the IGL leadership of Toti in general. I really think that's where Digital Slayer is going to be ahead of Fury 1, is those headbutt CQC fights. We're gonna have to find out. And speaking of which, this is a tough one to call, brother, and predictions are getting pretty tight. I'm tied with Twitch chat. I don't know how that happened, Colin, but I'm looking to break away, all right? So this time around, I'm really hoping they take a risk and they go against the grain, which I really don't know what is against the grain, because I've been hyping it up how even these two teams are, which they really are. I think they're both 7 and 8 respectively when it comes to the overall statistics. Point that I'm getting at, I'm going Fury 1. I've got to back up my best friend, Toti. I believe in him.
Your
I think
best friend?
Hey, look, we've had some calls while he's walking his dog. He calls me up. We talk a little bit, all right? I believe in Toti. He was on my favorite rosters in the past. I'm going F1. Colin, who are you going for?
I think I got to go Fury 1 right there with you. I think Digital Slayers last night took a bad beat, but there's a chance for them to come out and win this, but I don't necessarily see it happening. I think Toti is going to have to find his stride tonight. They need to support him a little bit, make sure that he stays a little bit safer in those fights so that they can try to get a victory tonight for him and for his squad. I'll be curious to see if they can pull it off.
We'll definitely find out. I think that loss last night is going to affect him quite a bit. And speaking of which, I'm going to talk a bit more about that because I want to get your opinions on what that loss could mean for Digital Slayers today. Chat, who are you going for? You got two great teams, Digital Slayer. Take a risk. Go for them, baby. It's a good pick. Let's see it, chat. F1, Digital Slayers. Both are pretty solid. And speaking of which, man, chat, we got to give it a sec because they're still
Oh, my God. It came down to the wire. Are we recounting? Are we recounting?
Hey, look,
Stop the vote. Stop the vote.
Colin, they can't figure it out, man. They're overthinking it, man. They just can't shoot the shot that quickly like us, baby. We know we're rapid fire. We know who we're going with.
What does it say right now in the chat? Who's up?
I'll tell you what.
Then put it up there for Digital Slayers. Digital Slayers won.
Okay.
So here's your chance, Taylor.
Bro,
here's your chance. Here's your chance.
I'm no mathematician. We know this. I think it's 24,000 channel points separating the two. I mean, that is pretty ridiculously close. But that makes sense. But to go back to it as we load into map number 1, that loss last night, Colin, I think Digital Slayers, look, it's either going to affect their mentality a ton, or it's going to really, really just uplift them and they're going to come back firing even harder. I don't know, though. I think it's going to affect them a little bit in the negative way.
Well, let's
and then make it like an anime like scene where it's like you're just getting over the protagonist, which is me, and you're like, I will prove him wrong. 140, that's not enough. I'm going to get the perfect game. I believe in you, Colin. I think you make a great bowler. You're a wonderful pitcher. 14 pounds though, it's a lot heavier than I can lift. Fury 1 trying to battle against DSL, but at the end, Smokz last alive. We talked about how great he's been, and I tell you what, he's got a chance to make a magnificent play. He'll back away, and Fury 1 will get the early points.
Fury 1 gets the reset, and they get the initial win here in the reset of map 1 on Ritual. Inside of the hill, it's going to be Ventry with the Torque. 2 players up the left-hand side. One of them marked out. That's going to be Sulfuss. Like this angle here. Misses that Torque deep over the top. Does hit that one, though. Say goodnight, Sulfuss. Now the flash grenade is going to come out to the back, far left-hand side, and a beautiful grenade comes out over the top to get the kill on Ventry. NotClaw with 2 to his name, and Toxiq getting the 3rd. They're going to be able to get a good amount of points in this. They might just tie it up and then rotate over to point number 2 as they have a pretty impressive retake right there.
Yeah, it was really impressive. Fury 1's got to taper that off. Honestly, in this series, Fury 1's going to have to win the controls. That's where I see them being lackluster. Digital Slayers, though, are a wonderful control team. They exemplified that yesterday. So this is where I think F1 is definitely going to have their struggles. Execution, Escalation, not too worried about that. But if they can take map 1, I think that would put Fury 1 in a wonderful spot. But they got to taper off that retake ability from Digital Slayers. We're setting up for the next hill. Both teams at a bit of a stalemate, but I think I benefit Fury 1 a little bit more than Digital Slayers. They've got to push up. Smokz has a real chance to discombobulate the setup of Fury 1, but as soon as I look, Digital Slayers are all down. F1 continue to push forward. We were complimenting Digital Slayers off of that retake from Hill 1. Look at Hill 2. Beautiful job from F1. Digital Slayers, they struggled.
That's a great shot by Toti on the Toxiq, and that's an even better secondary shot. One of the things that really, in my opinion, always sets apart good teamwork from great teamwork is the ability to get that secondary shot. Toti had to get the call out. He's won. They had to know exactly who they were talking about because the player that was at the bottom of the stairwell turned, put himself in a worse position by not having eyes on the person in the 1v1 against him and shooting that other player to get that down and that down and out.
All right, another battle attempt for Digital Slayers. I say another attempt, but they're still relatively far away. Maybe trying to set up for the Torque that's going to be coming into play, but they have conceded a plethora of points that Fury 1 is happy to take. Wonderful job from Jaled getting that elimination. Allows him to get the meat shield. Follow up with an elimination himself afterwards for 2. He'll fall, but Aimboot will carry the torch. A new Torque should go their way. Ventry will pick it up. Fury 1 are hitting their stride.
This is where Fury 1 gets a little scary. If they can get a couple of hills in a row, they put themselves where exactly they need and want to be simply because of the fact that they're able to set up. Like you said, they'll slow the pace down. Toti will call the troops to rotate around certain map positions. He will get them in the right spots to then be more aggressive if they have to be. See what they can do here. Smokz is going to be in the 1v1 here. Big shot on Aim. He's going to get shot in the back, and Aimboot's going to finally go down. But here's the quick shot for the down and the save coming out. And that is a beautiful kind of turn of events because Sulfuss comes flying in as well.
Digital Slayers are happy for the at least couple of points. Plus, they've kind of put themselves 10 toes down on the new hill. Fury 1 off the respawn are going to have to try and collapse. They're going to do so. They got Aimboot as well as Jaled from the top end of things. Smokz already discombobulating it. However, one more player to deal with. That's going to be Jaled. That fight is taking place on the top end. Meanwhile, inside the hill, Ventry gets a little bit footloose, pushes up without Toti. Toti's now by himself after Ventry falls, and Fury 1 cannot break the hill whatsoever. Digital Slayers surely are going to catch up.
Digital Slayers got a ton of time on this hill left to kind of lead out. It only gets them to about 70 or 80 points, though, because they're going to have to start rotating toward where the fragmentation grenades spawn up in that mid lane hill at the top side of the map. We're seeing NotClaw basically checking his angles. He's checking out this side of the map, making sure nobody's a secret manning, make sure that nobody is trying to go for that quick kill to try to make it a 4v3 and be able to solidify their defense. He's going to get called out by Ventry, though. Ventry with a beautiful position here. Separated out to the far right wing of their defense. My man is acting like he's in the NHL playoffs, playing a beautiful right wing position. They're trying to get Lancer Fire out. We're going to see the defenseman here inside of the hill. That's going to be Toti and Jaled. Jaled goes down, and Toti, I mean, he's going to have to basically leave net here. He's going to have to hope he can get that first kill, but look at the way that Aimboot flies in from behind along with another to get that secondary kill. That is a great way to stop the shot on goal and stop them from getting that early retake in the hill.
Fury 1 starting to get their feet underneath them. Finally, it seemed like Digital Slayers was rallying up. I mean, they got at least 40 or so points, but Fury 1 back in control. But I say that loosely. This could be a pretty successful push from Digital Slayers' perspective. Ventry not backing down. He's got a teammate to his right. Unfortunately, he's gone. Ventry now has to buck up and go big. He will take that one, but can't get the others. Digital Slayers will break the hill successfully, and they can rally even more points. In fact, I think we might have a lead change in at least a short amount of time. I don't think Fury 1's going to be able to challenge. Well, maybe they will. They got 3 on the outside.
Well, with the neutralization there, with Smokz looking across that mid, he's going to go for that first shot on a Jaled. Won't be able to hit that one. He is going to try to snub out to at least put some pressure there. But because of where Ventry is, there's no real way to get pressure back against him. On the opposite side of the hill, they're going to have one player try to push up. NotClaw is going to go down. Now Toxiq as well. That's going to be 1 kill answer back. Sulfuss in a 2v1. Goes for the up A. He's going to get taken down. Smokz in a 1v1 himself. But a beautiful call by the rest of the players from Fury 1. Jaled gets out of position now and realizes that he can back up toward P6 here. Excuse me, P4 over here in the middle. I don't know why I thought it was 6. I am way too far ahead of myself as they haven't reset anywhere close to the first half of this map. But all 4 players are now stuck between the rest of the players from Fury 1, with Aimboot being in a perfect Lancer position for this pinch. But there's the call out. Beautiful shot over the top by Jaled. Where's the help?
Oh, that's massive. At this point, I thought Digital Slayers were going to be having a wonderful foothold, but it seems Fury 1 is breaking through. But are they really? Digital Slayers have clapped back. Great downs from Ventry's perspective, Colin. But Digital Slayers had wonderful team revives and was able to fight back. Now they have a wonderful hill to their name, and Sulfuss even hide. Oh, yoinked right back. Jaled, well done.
I thought that man was gonna wrap shot just a hair sooner as he was taking the cover, not waiting for him to finish taking the cover, but right before he made it there. Toxiq goes for one of his own. Now Smokz is gonna get angled out for the 90 degree. He goes down. Beautiful retake here by Fury. Fury one's gonna be in a position to hold on to a good amount of these 45 seconds left. Ventry trying to fight here at the Torco. 1v1 goes to the secondary up A, and you could actually see his spread hit the wall behind that player. Toti waiting in the wings, though, almost gets turned on and burned on, and he's going to go down eventually as he goes toward the middle of the map, but the torque bow in the hands of Toxiq. Shot onto the backhand side of the hill. This is going to be Jaled on the flank now. One shot. There's the chunk. Now looking for the back A. Gets the big shot onto Toxiq. Second shot doesn't get the down. Third shot does, though, ladies and gentlemen. Fury one playing pretty picture perfect over there at P4, and already Toti. He's skedaddling across this map. He's getting as fast as he can over to P5.
I don't know why that made me laugh. Just the image of Toti skedaddling, especially in real life, while walking as a dog. I don't know. I see it more of like a crab walk of sorts. I don't know why I see that, but you don't want to be in my head. It's a weird place sometimes. Fury won. Wonderful job. They're up 161 to 113, but Digital Slayers always seem to be right behind them. This is going to be a difficult transition, I do believe, anyways, but Fury 1 is making it look quite easy. In fact, they will only drop once, and, well, there it is. Fury 1 can now break away. Digital Slayers does have some presence with Smokz and NotClaw, but, I mean, they're about to get out-angled. There they are, put into the blender. Fury 1 in control and could very well break 200 shortly.
These 45-degree angles, they're not getting all the way to the right-hand side or left-hand side of a player. They're getting to the 45. They're getting just at that spot where you hit 4 to 5 pellets, getting enough damage to make people very uncomfortable in their spot. Toti, though, that little shot around the cubby, just hitting the right trigger as he took that cover. He wasn't going for a back or an up A right there, just shooting his Nasher around the right-hand side. Got the full spread because he was center screened up. Beautiful shot there by Toti. Smokz will roll out to the right, hit a little bit of a damaging shot on Aimboot, but there's the comeback by Toti. He's trying to get the Lancer Fire on, and Toti, he's going to back all the way up to the back of the hill. He's going to try to buy time for his respawns to come in and help him, but Jaled just a little too late on that one. He goes down as well. No trades come through. 202 to 140 if they were to bleed this hill dry.
All right, Digital Slayers, though, getting some points. Like you said, 140. They won't reach that. They know and understand we need to get back to the start. P1. Plus, we also have the Torque Bow to fight for. This is going to be a big moment for Digital Slayers, and an even bigger moment for Fury 1 as far as I'm concerned. This could very well send them to victory lane if they successfully win this engagement, which I can't tell who's going to win it. It's so back and forth. Aimboot's got to really stand his ground. He can't. That was a wonderful collapse. Toti will catch NotClaw off guard, and that gives him a chance to maybe, I don't know, double back and eventually fight against Digital Slayers, who have now secured the Torque Bow with Smokz. We complimented him how good he is when we're looking at the player list. Again, I think this is a big moment for Digital Slayers, and they seized the opportunity. This could very well put them once again neck and neck with that one. Great shot from Smokz.
Unbelievable torque bow there by Smokz. Smokz with a quick little reload here, trying to get the active torque to the left-hand side. He's trying to trap those players inside of the splash damage. Toti goes for the double bounce and goes for one kill. Ventry's going to find one of his own. Excuse me. No, that was Jaled. Excuse me. Yes, it was not Ventry. Jaled going down, though, gives the way to Aimboot coming in on the opposite side. Here comes Ventry on the right-hand side. They split target fire, and they find one kill. They find damage on the other, and they find the down as well. Little retake here, 50 seconds still on this one, and Toxiq gets absolutely shredded up. Beautiful suppressing fire from multiple members of Fury as that player comes up into that cubby. I think Ventry has to keep his eyes on the right-hand side, though, because he has to know that maybe at least one player is waiting in the wings over there. Oh, don't do this. Not yet. It's too little.
Yep.
Oh,
yep.
Yeah, come on.
Cursed. It's over. Curse, throw the series away. You can't show love that early Aimboot. I don't care how confident you're feeling. But granted, the lead is pretty nice, and Ventry's got the torque, and look, he's not backing away. NotClaw. I mean, he's stuck between a rock and a hard place. God bless his heart. He tries his best to get out of there. Luckily, Aimboot's not there to showboat even more. But I'm not hating on the guy. I actually love it. Fury 1, they're feeling confident, and it's nice to see that confidence shine through. They definitely take some L's when it comes to split 4, but this is one L they're not looking to take.
Yeah, they want to be able to take this lead here into the bank. They're going to be in that next hill already. Big flash out onto Jaled. Jaled's going to back up. Looking for the 90-degree help here. He's going to bounce a flash off of that back pillar, but it's not going to find anybody whatsoever. It will buy him time to push up into that spot. NotClaw goes in for the wrap, takes it down. Smokz comes in for one of his own. The secondary shot is what gets him down and out. Ventry bounces up into the right-hand side of Sulfuss, finds one. Now finds the downing shot onto Toxiq. Here comes another love tap from Ventry. And this will be... Dang, oh my goodness gracious, my man just sacrificed him off to the blood gods. He's He is on the right map for that. I'll tell you what, that was ritualistic. I ain't never seen it.
It's his own ritual, isn't it? He kind of made it his, man. Ventry, who even up himself. He'll go for NotClaw, take him. But I'm glad we switched off because who knows what he's doing to NotClaw right after winning that engagement. Ventry, well done. Fury won less than 20 points away from victory. There's enough points remaining on this hill. That puts even more pressure on Digital Slayers, who now have to traverse across the entire map. They got to get for Jaled, but Jaled's like,
oh my goodness.
Great shot on Smokz. Ventry takes down NotClaw. Wrap it up. Send it FedEx overnight, baby. This map is done. 300 to 146. Fury won. They take a 1-0 lead.
Playing as that sniper drone, by the way, that locust drone skin variation, the sniper drone. Black Steel, nonetheless, has one of the best voice lines in the game, especially if you are going to do one of those blood sacrifices where you slit the throat of your opponent. Do you know what they say, Taylor? They literally just shout, blood!
Who left? Who left?
Sulfuss,
he got sacrificed too hard.
Smokz!
Come on, Smokz! I need those stats. More importantly, that's really all I care about. I don't care about the pride. I just care about the stats, man. Come on, Smokz! Stay in the game, baby. This could be bad news for Digital Slayers. We've already had one player rage quit, and they lost 300 to 146 in map number 1. DSL showing some struggles, brother. You hate to see that.
Sometimes the DSLs just can't get it finished. The Digital Slayers have got to learn to be better in the mid game. That is the problem that they are running into time and time again, Taylor.
Yeah,
is they have a really good start. They are great off rip, but then all of a sudden one or two things goes wrong and they don't find a way back into the game. That's where things start to really tumble down a hill. It's an avalanche effect for them. It's almost quicksand. I just gotta say though, Smokz must have gotten smoked because my man was out in a flash.
That man said it's over. Okay.
He said, I'm going to map 2.
He said, I'll set up the lobby for next. I got this, all right? Don't worry about it, guys. I'm going to take care of it. By the way, love your analogy. We went from an avalanche to quicksand. We went from the snow to the desert, like different biomes. My guy, you're a world traveler. Or Doctor Strange. One of the two.
I wish I looked half as good as Benedict Cumberbatch. I'll tell you that much.
Who? Is that his name?
You didn't know that Doctor Strange is played by Benedict Cumberbatch?
Brother, that's a hell of a name.
You ain't lying.
Yo, Benedict Cumberbatch?
No, Benedict Cumberbatch.
Wow, that is a name. That is a name, ladies and gentlemen.
You have to imagine how lucky he is to be that handsome and to have probably the most regal name in literal history.
I don't know if it's regal.
It's regal-ish. Yo, I don't know if I
like it.
If you ever thought of a king before, you're like, it's James, George, or Benedict Cumberbatch. Like, that guy rules something. And right now, it's my headspace. Just like Fury 1 was ruling over the ritual. Them boys, 300 to 146. I think the biggest differential in that map was just how good Fury 1 was at finding that single target shot. I talked about it earlier where that player went to the bottom of the stairs. Toti had to make the call out, hey, I hit him one more time. You have to get him. He's one shot. You put yourself in a bad spot by taking your eyes off of your own 1v1 to be able to shoot that next player. But the second you do, you get that down. Now it's a 4v3 because now one of your teammates can rotate into that lane and take over that position to be able to help you out. It is the best tug-of-war kind of plant and pull that you could see in Control. That is what gave Fury 1 a definitive nod in that map 1. They need to use that, though, going forward, especially in this map 2.
I think Fury 1, they feel confident, they feel great, and they're keeping that intensity that we've seen them have throughout all of Split 4. Granted, taking L's, but taking L's in very close fashion, you know, taking teams the distance, and that energy hasn't seemed to stop. In fact, it's probably going to increase the rest of the series. This is, I mean, really honest, this series is dictated by Digital Slayers getting their feet back underneath them. They take that L yesterday. I know it hurt them. I know it hurt them. That was a tough L to take. They had so many opportunities to win, yet they just couldn't do it. Fury 1 isn't, I mean, they don't care about all that. I mean, they were showing love multiple times on the battlefield on Ritual. You know, they were sacrificing to the Gears gods out there. But brother, Digital Slayers at this point, they've got to get that confidence. And if they don't get it, they're going to take a heavy L, 3-0. And it's going to be even worse if they don't perform on Tomb coming up Execution. Which, speaking of which, I mentioned Fury 1. I think they've definitely struggled on Control in the past. Digital Slayers, though, moving into Execution, I felt this was going to be where they were going to have their toughest time against F1, but what are you thinking? How is Tomb going to work out?
They have to be very concerned going into this map too because of the weapon selection you have on a map like Tomb. Because of the fact that we just saw how great Fury 1 was multiple times with the Torque Bow on Ritual, you've got to body check the Torque Bow. There's not a chance that you don't body check down there because if you give it up for free round in and round out, you're probably going to pay for it. And then, of course, at the opposite end, you have everybody's favorite weapon in competitive play right now, the long shot. Those body shots do a ton of damage, or you hit those montage highlight reel shots and you just make yourself and your own talent pool look that much greater. I want to see right early on Digital Slayers kind of make some very precise and concise decisions. Fight for a specific weapon, fight for what you want, and then go with that. Be confident in that call as well.
Sure. Yeah, confidence is key. And I think that's where Digital Slayers is lacking at the moment. You know, do they really have that confidence that they once had at the beginning? You know, bright, bushy-tailed, fresh at the start of Split 4, but like now that they start taking some out, like a squirrel, man. Nuttier than a squirrel.
Nuttier than a squirrel's house before winter.
Before winter, you know, like, hey, are they? I don't know. You know, I want to be in Digital Slayer's corner, but seeing Smokz rage quit at the end of that map, and then all of a sudden, you know, again, taking that L yesterday, I think Digital Slayer's biggest issue is not their gun skill, is not their ability to strategize. We've seen them do that multiple times against great opponents, and, you know, they've whether taken the distance or got a victory. Digital Slayers can do it. It's a matter of confidence, and do they want to be here? That is the biggest. If you had to boil down this series and Digital Slayer's issues, that's what it boils down to me personally, without talking to the players, of course, but they gotta want it, and they need to want it, and they need to start now because they're gonna struggle, and Fury 1's about to hit them hard.
I genuinely look at the way that this sets up, and it's going to be a little bit interesting simply because you do have the double power weapons. You do have the extra shocks on both sides. I really want to see what player from each team decides to take the actual Tomb fight. Okay. Because in my opinion, the actual Tomb fight is without a doubt the big pivotal position in this map. It's scintillating, sensational fashion in which you can win it. We've seen guys like Detox and Acels put people on absolute skates around that pillar position and be picture perfect in everything that they possibly do.
Whew. I was looking at the stats from the control. Toxiq, NotClaw, Sulfuss. I obviously don't know what Smokz was at, but surely it wasn't that good. He tried to hide it from us, but not a good stat line from really any of them. Sulfuss going 8 and 18, NotClaw 9 and 15, Toxiq 8 and 14. The standout player on Fury 1 definitely was Jaled. I mean, he went 16 and 12. No, excuse me, Toti. Well, you know, Toti, it's interesting. We looked at his stat line. It wasn't the best stat line, you know, when you think about Toti and his history in Gears 5. But Toti actually went 13 and 7. Plus 20 assists, 18k damage. He's playing on point. But all those stats were for control. Let's see how it's going to work in execution. Wonderful job from Aimboot. You can see the confidence. Even though he's taken down by Smokz, Toti's got to catch. What the hell happened? Why does Fury 1 only have Ventry?
Because Fury 1 lost a ton of fights very quickly. So, I mean, you only got 4 players. You only have to really lose 3 fights.
But they got first blood.
They got traded out.
Aimboot. I'm disappointed.
Look, this is a reset icebreaker for me. If you get the icebreaking kill, but then you die within the first, like, second and a half afterwards, it's not a true icebreaker. It's just a trade at that point. It's no longer 4-3 that you can take a 4-3. It's 3-3 before you know it. That's what ended up happening to him. Smokz is going to try the same position yet again. They're going to throw out a bunch of flashbangs. Sulfuss is going to get tagged up in the middle. They're going to pressure out into the bottom side of this crypt. It's going to be Toti trying to play this back filler. Goes for another back A. Won't be able to get it. They try to collapse the other two in the middle, but now it's a 2v2. Aimboot's going to get pressured out here by Smokz. Big back A gets one shot. He gets shot in the back by the Lancer. I love that reset. And a misroll. A misroll. Will it come back to haunt him? The melee. The secondary shot. The third melee. Beating him down. Beating him down.
Oh, yo, that was Smokz. Bro, I was about to say this is about to get even more nuttier. At that point in time when that player stood, I cannot believe these first 2 rounds. Digital Slayer, hell of a job. We've got to replay this moment.
All right, misroll. You got to at least take a shot, my man. Look, I love that he tried. I love that you know, Aimboot went for that, okay? He's going to try to get that shot. I think the correct play in that situation is to hold that cubby and hold an LT. As soon as that player comes up around that corner, if he's going to head down at you, do as much damage as possible so there's a better chance your teammate, even with or without the meat shield, has a chance at a down. That's the difference.
All right, fresh round, Toti, sniper in hands, and it did not come without sacrifice. They did lose Aimboots. Shot up with Smokz up ahead. Digital Slayers is going to have some reinforcements behind, so it's not going to be easy for Toti to close that gap confidently and overall get the finish. Bit of a wild shot. Toti will be pushed back even further. Smokz is unrelenting, but because he's unrelenting, he puts himself in the middle of a 1v2, so maybe not the best play to make. I respect it, though. I respect the aggression, Colin, but it ends up giving away his life. 3v3. We're at a bit of a standstill. All three of them in front of the other three.
2 bolts. I think you save these 2 bolts for the overtime, Hill. You want to try to get a shot onto somebody that goes into it, especially because it's a 3v3. All 3 players are up here and are called out. I think Toti has to wait on the new shock to spawn. That's his position. Or they have to rotate somebody else in there, as a matter of fact, because he's got the long shot.
Okay, Jaled's gone. You got to capitalize off this. NotClaw moves up. He knows this is his moment to take.
There's the
nice shock. NotClaw separated. Jaled gets the drop. Toti with sniper. Big opportunity for Fury 1. The body shot should be good, but unfortunately, no one is able to drop him. Still 3v2. Another body keeping Toxiq back. Sulfuss is dead. This is a Fury 1 round. I think it was the shock that saved the day.
You know what helps save the day? The shock did save the day. You're absolutely right. But do you know what leads to that shock being thrown?
What's that?
That is the difference between experience and aggression.
Okay.
Fury 1 was willing to wait that out. They were willing to be there for the long haul. On the opposite end, Digital Slayers, they wanted the kill early. They blow both of their torque bows trying to get a splash damage kill, and then once they set up the torque bow splash damage, they immediately try to angle out and rotate to the right-hand side of that cover. They put themselves in an incredibly difficult position to win that fight because they're over-aggressive. 4v2 early in this one. Taylor, do you know what kills more teams in execution than anything else?
What's that?
Not being able to clean up downs.
Yep, I was gonna point that out. I mean, there was just like round 1. In round 4, there were so many downs. Like even Toti, right from cave, he was lancering. You could see Digital Slayers; they were down, and there was no cleanups. And I'm starting to think Fury 1 are confident in the teamwork in their lanes, but they don't have someone who is confident in pushing up to get the finishes. Aimboot tried it many times, but he also gets that trade. And you mentioned there's no point in getting a first blood if you trade it. So the downs in a team fire is wonderful for Fury 1, but nobody is capitalizing off of those downs.
Aimboot looking across here. He's marked out. He's going to get shots there onto Toxiq. Toxiq has a teammate, though. Big back A. He's going to get the help from Jaled here. They need to get a secondary shot. There's the cleanup. They need one more shot. Jaled's going to go down. Nobody's there for the help as well. A great rotation in from Digital Slayers in a 3v2 now. Fury 1 needs to rely on Ventry with the torque bow to be able to get a pick on that foot. Be able to get it. He's going to rotate over to the right-hand side of that cover. Get away from that one. Another shot goes out. Another bolt goes out. Meanwhile, Toti does have the long shot on his back, so they have both of the power weapons to try to use in this situation to get at least 1 kill to even it up.
Nades will go to the other side, so it's going to be something at least they can work with. Obviously, Sulfuss has that. Toti chance to connect on to Sulfuss. Toti will go in and back away relatively safely. He'll join Ventry, so the torque bow, the snipe will be together. Another bolt sent flying. It's not going to amount to much. Now you got NotClaw pinching from the other side. That is a wonderful shot from Toti. 2v2. Smokz, he's down. And now it's up to Sulfuss. One nade's going to be out. That's going to send Toti and Ventry to separate. But there's going to be a bit of a reset. Sulfuss, no more nades to his name. Tough spot to be in. The biggest issue you got to worry about is Toti with the snipe. I think the torque bow is completely done with. Yeah, it is.
Looking at here, what Sulfuss is trying to do in this position is keep at least enough of an... Oh, what an angle. He hit him right in the back of the spinal cord. That'll make you fall to both knees quick, fast, and in a hurry. My man shot him right in the back with a sniper rifle. You know he going down waiting for somebody to clean him up. Take a look at this shot here. Watch him pitch this out. So there's the heady. Now watch this on the reload. We gotta wait a minute. Bang bong. Here comes.
Wow, caught a pixel. Caught literally a pixel. Beautiful timing. Well done. Fury One's coming back, but they're still having issues getting cleanups off of the initial. And Digital Slayers, the rounds that they have definitively won have been off of the initials, so that's obviously where they do fall behind. A bit of a different strat for Fury One. Aimboot going up top this time around, but he might be a bit trapped. Can he get away? It seems as if he can.
Aimboot looking across here at Sulfuss, trying to, I mean, he puts himself in a horrible position. He is full red. He's going to get shocked or flashed out here. Two teammates are going to rotate up to try to help him. Pulls the snub, tries to throw out as much damage as possible toward NotClaw. That's going to be a shock that traps Toti. There's the down though onto Sulfuss. No secondary nade to be able to use for the help here, and they might get pinched out. It is a 3v4. All 4 players from Digital Slayers are on the opposite side of the map. Nobody gets tagged over that first bolt, looking for a secondary shot.
Short bows just have not been connecting from Fury One's perspective. Bit of a flank, though. Aimboot looking to make some moves. I don't think he's been heard, but maybe so. Smokz will actually catch him off of the flank. One shot's missed. Aimboot has a chance. Lots of Lancer shots. That's going to drop, and now he can continually move up. Obviously, the team pickup is in play. Mind you, another player's been lost. Aimboot, you gotta hit that shot. 2v2, and the snipe has so much value in this position.
Yeah, with 2 shots left in it and 2 players left to worry about. A first flash comes out. It's going to stun out Ventry. He might go for the shot over the top. Smoke missed that one, though. Now Ventry tries to trap that corner in the... Oh, my God. The double shot gets the kill. Now they're going to worry about Toxiq. He's going to roll back and forth. And adios, mios. After a terrible opening, Fury One fight back. They're got it tied up 3-3.
All right, there it is. Fury One coming back like you said. We go back to the moment, Aimboot flank. Smokz missed that first shot. It gives Aimboots the confidence to be able to Lancer down a player. He ultimately dies, but he disrupts the ebb and flow of what, at least I think, obviously, DSL was expecting that to play out. And therefore, Fury One was able to capitalize and continually push up and push Digital Slayers back. Well done. 3-3. Fury One's not out of the woods just yet, but Digital Slayers might be slowing down just a bit. In fact, mid presence is going to open wide up and give potentially a free pick for the sniper, but either way, Jaled is going to have a torque bow.
Jaled's going to try to get over the top. He's going to hop the top, go for the drop, tries to get a quick shot off there against the side of Smokz, who has the long shot in his hand now. 4v4 on the map. This is for the lead in this position. Doesn't even get the splash damage there. NotClaw is tagged up pretty heavily. Not going to be one shot, though. He is going to be full red now. Trying to get the shot over the top of Ventry with a back A. Gets the kill on him, and Smokz can't find the angle. He's looking for Ventry, but no shot to be had here. Sees that Aimboot picks up the shot grenade right in his grill right now. It's 3-2. Fury One on the back foot, though. Down a player. Need to find another kill.
Ooh, Aimboot, though, he finds a bit of an off angle. He's been spotted. Smokz forced to back away, and Aimboot just has to make a Hail Mary push, and it's gonna work. 2v2. Nade also dodged another kill, and it's now 2v1. Digital Slayers go from having the advantage to now trying to survive for their life, and in fact, they will not thrive. They are done, and Fury One, what is that, 3rd round in a row, puts them up 4-3.
Beautiful comeback. That's twice now that Fury One has been down a man early in a secondary fight, really, to finish a round and come away with a loss. That is a really an unbelievable situation for me and for any fan of Digital Slayer, because they're down 4-3 now. They could be down 2-0 in maps if they lose 2 more rounds.
Love the confidence, love the composure. Fury One doing a hell of a job coming back. I mean, 3 rounds, Digital Slayers. Now, that confidence that I talked about might be waning off, might definitely be put to the test at the moment. Aimboot just checking. He doesn't have an idea, at least, where players are in front of him. Smokz a bit by himself at the moment, but still able to at least keep Fury One on their toes. A great chance for Aimboot. Players from Digital Slayers get out just in the nick of time. Might get splash damage, but that's going to be all he's really going to be able to get in the moment. Still 4v4. How do you expect this to pop off?
Aimboot gets that first shot. Won't be able to get the second one, though, because he's got to be weary of the extra positioning here because of the fact that they've rotated players to both sides of the top side of the map. Ventry's going to get shot on here. And once again, this is where Fury One, they can settle their tea kettle and try to allow themselves a position. Ooh, go for that shot over the top. But he did enough damage with the snub. Didn't get enough damage to force it down with the splash damage, but Smokz is away with 8 shots and a long shot to use. That is a overwhelming amount of damage he can put out.
He wants it. He wants it badly, but he's not going to find anybody just yet. I feel like Digital Slayers are definitely trapped. Jaled, well done. That's a big elimination. And now Digital Slayers' job just got a lot tougher because they're going to have to go about it without the sniper, which I believe is still on the ground. Obviously, Jaled, he can't pick it up. It's just not going to be feasible in the moment. But the fact that they have Digital Slayers so pushed back and pinned, they got to feel like a caged animal at this point. But hey, we'll see if they do break away, which they do. NotClaw does get the sniper, so they can continue to make their way over towards the left. Overtime Hill's going to come into play quickly, and it might not even matter because a wonderful job from Fury 1. That opening kill when Digital Slayers were pinned, Colin, was everything.
I mean, one of the things that has to be noted about the way that Fury 1 is played is Digital keeps getting kind of antsy. You see him bouncing around, moving around. Everything is just here, is there, it's over here, it's over there. They're like a cat with a laser pointer at this point in this map. What?
Go on, I'm here for it.
You ain't never
seen
seen a cat? You ain't never seen a cat with a laser pointer? They're always trying to get after
My
it.
cat definitely doesn't have one. I don't know what's going on in your farm.
Dude, you should see it. You point it at the wall, they go crazy. They're trying to catch that thing all the way. Yeah, go find a laser pointer.
I thought the laser pointer was connected to the cat, bro. I'm telling you, man, sometimes it's scary in my mind. You're talking about laser pointer messing with the cat. I apologize. Continue. It's been a rough night for me, okay? Just keep going.
I'm not Dr. No. I'm putting laser beams on sharks' heads. I'm telling you right now, I'm not doing that.
Did you say Fortnite? Because that is a thing.
Hey, 5-4. Fine, look, if we don't look at the screen, Digital Slayers plays so good.
You know what?
Turn it on.
That really is the win condition. Talk about something now. Talk about laser pointers on cats, all right? And then Digital Slayer says, good, they're not focused on us. We can do this. Colin, close your eyes this round, and let's just see if it works, all right? Digital Slayers, they've got to come back. One more round needed to send it to a round 11, and the aggression is real, but it's not amounting to much. Toti, beautiful off angle, but Digital Slayers still find a way to push up. Jaled down, but does he get back on his feet? He does not. 4v2, Toti, sniper in hand, and the job got a little bit harder because now it's a 3v1. I was thinking maybe, just maybe, that one elimination everyone got a little bit earlier could be the turning point. This is going to be a big clutch from Toti and a massive choke from Digital Slayers. Let's see which one we get.
I can't help, my eyes are closed.
Oh, that's true. So, yo, hey, my man, let me get. Hey, so, I forgot that narrative was still true. Toti sniper, plus he's got the nades. Gets a little bit more doable, but I mean, he's going to have to look like exploits, but no better man to look like exploits than Toti. Nades out, big moment, not going to happen. Sulfuss takes it. I call and I appreciate the commitment to the eyes closed.
I got to close my eyes again.
No,
round 11.
We'll open them up, baby. We even put you on camera, and you know what? You were staying true to your name, man.
Was I? Did y'all really put me up
You were
there?
on camera. You had your eyes closed. I respect it.
I can't believe y'all did
Commitment,
that.
baby, commitment.
I cannot believe y'all did that to me. Y'all did me dirty doing that. You couldn't just trust me?
Why you keep saying y'all like you're putting me into production's place? I'm just a caster. That was production, not me, man. Round 11, Colin.
Ventry's going to be getting into a spot here to try to challenge up toward the Torpo. DSL is going to have Sulfuss at the front line of the offense. He's going to get shot on and taken out by Aimboot. Toxiq gets taken out as well. 4v2. I open my eyes and I might as well close them again because as quick as a hiccup, right to lightning bolt, Ventry is beating the brakes off of Sulfuss while all he can do is ask him, please don't do this to me with 4 of y'all standing around. It ain't nice, man. It ain't good.
Colin, you open your eyes and they got decimated. Round 11.
I believe the term we're looking for is no mames.
no mames on that one, bro. That cannot happen, but for Fury 1, what a comeback, what a map, and what a lead. They're up 2-0. Jaled, your MVP, and it makes sense. I mean, you're talking about Fury 1 having multiple openings. It was because of that, man. I'm glad I got a screenshot of the stats before they ended the lobby. Once again, we're going to map 3. It's going to be training grounds. Digital Slayers, you got to come back. We'll find out if they do after the break. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Gears Pro League Split for day number 6. I'm Taylor Reflections, double joined by the magnificent Colin the Crow Clark. He opened his eyes, and well, when he did, Round 11 was done with, and it does end in 6-5, but it's still a loss nonetheless. Digital Slayers continue to take L's. They're now down 2-0, hoping Map 3 Training Grounds is going to be a bit of a turning point. But what a comeback, and the composure and just really the strategic motivation from Fury 1 throughout the entirety of Tune. I mean, that was just a sight to behold.
It was a sight to behold, but what's going to even be better for all the people at home to behold is that they're not even going to come back to us. We're going to go straight from these beautiful highlights of map number 2 into the fly-through of map number 3 because these players are ready to get going. They're ready to get on their high horse. I don't even want to see my face. I love yours, but by God, I want to see an incredible fly-through. Blaze last night gave us the best fly-through I think I might have ever seen this entire game, by the way.
He gave you a fly-through? What do you mean?
Yeah, he pulled out the Art of Gears 5 book and showed us the picture of District.
He was reading it? He
was
like
just going back and forth.
Individual.
He was just going back and forth with it, flying through it.
I tell you what, he looks smart as can be reading that book. I didn't know the man could read as well as, I don't even know if he can read.
Did you just call Blaze illiterate?
I'm not saying that. No, I'm not. On the flip end, maybe, but I'm just saying, look, Blaze.
In the end,
I know
Blaze
he's looking at the pictures
literate.
more than he was reading. That's all I'm saying. It's hearsay, okay? It's hearsay, but we'll see. Maybe Blaze can defend himself. I know his prediction's not looking good, even with the Digital Slayers here. Fury 1, off to a bit of a sluggish start, though. Digital Slayers looking good. And Digital Slayers are kind of pinning Fury 1 back. I mean, Fury 1 have to break out. I don't know how they're going to do it.
This is going to be a simple position for Fury 1 to have to get back into the home hill if they can get a flash off. They need to wait for the respawns to gather up. This is going to be Sulfuss pressuring out toward Toti. He's going to go down. Round 1 might be over with faster than you can think. It's going to be a 2v2. Maybe a player is going to come on the flank here over toward the heaven. It's going to be a big fight if Toxiq wins this. This could put the pressure on the B hill that we know, but they're going to rotate another player down. Aimboot's going to come in for the help and the fight and the win. Now we're going to have 2 players down from Digital Slayers. Fury 1 has a chance to break back into this very quickly if they are concise in their movements.
Not too far down as Fury 1, as the second hill should tick up. Depending on Sulfuss, he's making a magnificent play. And matter of fact, so is Fury 1. All 3 hills are being capped, and that forces Digital Slayers to push up. They've got to go big. Momentous occasion, and they're going to get taken down. It looks as if Fury 1 is going to flip the script and go for the domination, and I do believe they are going to get it. Smokz won't even get there in time. Round 1 will definitively go to Fury 1.
You thought it was going to be a hard position for them to come back out of, Taylor. You thought it was going to be hard, and Fury 1 said, no, we got to let them be anxious for these kills yet again. That's all they had to do was wait for them to pressure back out into the next fight. Now you know. Now you see it. If Digital Slayers can't learn to be patient, this is just going to happen over and over again. This is going to be a bad nightmare. There's going to be deja vu. There ain't going to be no Black Cat around like it was the Matrix Resurrection. There ain't going to be no... I don't even remember who played the psychologist anymore.
So,
I watched the movie like a week ago. I don't want to say forgettable, but pretty forgettable.
Fury 1. Great round
Neil
1.
Patrick Harris, NPH played him. Oh my God.
Even not Benedict Cumberland or whatever his name was.
Benedict Cumberland?
I don't know, bro. At this point, Benedict Arnold. I mean, we're talking about ex-Benedict, bro. Benedict's. I mean,
you know who plays the Scarlet Witch?
No. I tell you what, I was a fan of her though. She was great. But what's her name?
Elizabeth Olsen. The other Olsen.
She was one of the Olsen twins?
Not the twins. She's the other Olsen, not one of the twins.
Who's the first one, though?
It's like, I don't remember the other one's name, but it's like Ashley and another Olsen, and then Elizabeth is their sister.
From the Olsen
I tried
twins,
to distract myself, by the way. Mary-Kate and Ashley Olsen are the twins. Elizabeth Olsen is the other sister. Clearly the most talented
so
of them.
there's well, we don't have to go there. That's a bit rude. Maybe they're watching the stream. But
hey,
so
I'm telling you the truth.
So wait, so you have 2 of the Olsen twins, and then you have another that's just a regular sister?
Just a sister. She was just another kid in the family. You're allowed to do that. You're allowed to have twins and then another kid.
Because she didn't get the attention growing up. You know that's a fact. The twins got the attention. She was just a third outlaw.
She's going to have a better career because...
she had to step it up. You know what I'm saying? She had to, like, go extra because she had to outdo her twins. I've seen it happen before.
Yeah.
You know,
Smokz out early. Gonna get a fight over the sniper rifle in the middle of the long shot. We are gonna get into the middle of the underlook. It's the underlook from now on. I'm not changing that. We got the overlook above. This is the underlook, brother.
It's called
it's underlook. The underlook, like the underbite I had as a preteen. I'm telling you, brother.
Braces, they do wonders, man. Ventry showing love to Smokz. I mean, it's getting out of hand. Ladies and gentlemen, I tell you what.
Go back, Ribs. Bang,
Yep,
boom,
there it is.
Bop. Wow.
God
Bang,
bless.
bang,
I'm so
bang.
glad he. Now hold up.
Wait, go back.
You can't. It's over. His head is missing, bro. You can only show so much.
I needed some more of that.
What are you hitting?
My elbows up. You give myself the phone, baby. It was nice.
And whatever you were just doing, I really don't want to know what that was.
My
Fury
man
one,
was putting the brick.
They've got the 2-1. Jaled's popping heads. Toxiq, I mean, he's better worse for wear. Needs some migraine medicine. We got Smokz up ahead. Come on, Jaled, hit it for me. That's a beautiful body shot. Play rate's going to capitalize off of that. Toti, he's out for blood. He knows he needs this. He knows he wants it. Will Toti get it? He will get it because
he didn't get it because the sniper rifle got it.
But he's going to get the finish. All right.
Get the kill and get it down.
Well done, Jaled. Good
so
shot.
loose right
Ventry
now,
backing away. All right, baby. Fury 1. They've got a decent lead. Digital Slayer's got to do something magnificent.
Yeah, Digital Slayers have to do a round 1 of Fury 1 where they were impeccable in the second half of the fight. They're going to go for the triple cap domination here as they're decapping the C Hill. They're going to rotate in. Big shot there on the Jaled. He goes down. Now another one goes down off of the spawn. This is going to be Aimboot. He's going to go down third tertiarily. And Digital Slayers have answered back here. No, Ventry makes it into the B Hill.
Yep, Ventry makes it, and that's going to keep the round alive. His job is to stay alive as long as humanly possible. Now it's up to Jaled and Toti. They've got to keep the round alive themselves. This is still very doable from Fury 1's perspective, but wonderful team fire from Digital Slayers. That should wrap it up. Aimboot, maybe a chance. It's going to go to the wayside. That is a wonderful job from Digital Slayers. It looked as if we were 100% going 3-0 for Fury 1, but Digital Slayers turned things around. The composure was there. Maybe this is the turning point. I'm hoping so. Hello?
Yeah?
You good?
What you want, baby?
Baby, I threw it to you. You did not catch what I was throwing down.
I wasn't picking up or putting it down. I'm telling you that much right now. I'm gonna move on to this round.
A soft drink. I know you were.
I got water
in a can.
Aha!
Aha. Okay, fine. Voice of God says it's water. I believe it's water. But you also got that soda right next to you. Don't play around. I know you. We all know you. You're drinking a soda. It's probably your 5th one after today. Plus, you got the Apple Jacks and everything else. Colin, we've been working together for many years. All right.
3.
Jesus, I just heard what you had, and that is, I don't even know. How do you even survive with all that sugar in your body? What?
That's why I melt when it rains. If I go out while it's raining, I just melt.
NotClaw opposite of Jaled and Aimboot. NotClaw backing away. Nice shot, though, to body check Aimboot, but he's going to end up falling. Fury 1 has a very real chance to get onto B. Matter of fact, are they going to fully commit to it? I definitely would, but maybe they want to torture Digital Slayers. There was a chance for Aimboot to go on to B. I actually am dumbfounded why he didn't. He had free reign to get onto B, and he stayed where he was. So if Fury 1 loses this round, I'm blaming Aimboot.
You can blame whoever you want, but right now it's going to take a big effort. As you're going to see, they're going to switch out hills, backside of the B hill. It's going to be Jaled looking forward, Toxiq up into the heaven spot. NotClaw is going to be challenging the overlook here in just a moment. Jaled's going to be double lancer for just a moment. Get it down. Is he going to be able to get away from it? They're going to hop the cover. They're going to drop over on top of them to get the revive. 3 players routing out towards the B hill. They have a numbers advantage here, but nobody's in position to challenge down to B. So that hill will go back over to the side of Digital Slayers. NotClaw up at the top of the overlook. Going to rotate down. The Swarm will still win in 1 minute and 20 seconds, so they need a neutralization.
All right, see if they get it. Digital Slayers have been in this point before, Colin, and they managed to come back. It is very possible they can do it once again. They're going to have to fight hard. Fury 1 still has the win condition. 65 seconds, though, is almost an eternity, and Fury 1 isn't going to sit idly by. They eventually are going to make a move. That could very well open up the potential for Digital Slayers to come out ahead. But Toti, he's not going to be easy to get through with that retro, and especially if you go through the choke point, Aimboot is going to be ready to take you down. You're going to be within chunkable range for sure. Meanwhile, a bit of a battle onto B has ensued. Player 4 is dropped. Toxiq is the last one over there, potentially in a 1v2 against Ventry and Toti. This is going to put Digital Slayers into action to push forward. But as the downs do come through, Fury 1 will definitively lock in the last round of the first half. They'll lead 3-1 going into the second. Digital Slayers are showing life, but not enough to turn this series around.
Yeah, this is going to be 3-1, 2 rounds away now. Fury 1 looking to shut this down in a 3-0 fashion over Digital Slayers. They did a fantastic job to retake B, put the pressure on Digital Slayers, and they were just too slow to the punch.
What does Digital Slayers have to do, brother? Because their initials have been relatively solid. And even the comebacks have been relatively there, but they're still falling a bit short. What are you noticing?
The biggest differential is that they keep taking a couple of different 1v1s, or what they believe are 1v1s. It's basically trap plays being set around the map by Fury 1, where somebody tries to push up into a position to maybe take a 1v. They're going to get lancered out as they push into that position. Now they're full red. Next thing you know, they're in one shot. They're in chunkable territory. Shout out one time, Taylor Reflections Noble. Or, you know, they can actually get a one-shot chunk like they did just right there. Now Sulfuss is stunned out in the underlook. NotClaw just outside of the left. He's going to pick up the long shot. He's going to try to rotate this bad boy out. He does get away with it.
All right, Fury 1's about to be on all 3 hills. So Digital Slayers, they should be just fine. They do have the map presence, and that instant from Smokz on the Toti is 100% going to help. So they'll recover. They'll get the 2-1 hill advantage, and they are going to look relatively fine. Going to put a lot of emphasis on Sulfuss with the sniper. He can definitely make some good shots, but without the marks, though, that gives at least some real estate for Aimboot and Jaled to maybe push through the choke point. Not going to be an easy break. Sulfuss, good connection, stops Fury 1 in their tracks. He gets a couple of misses. F1 might have free reign to take this over. That's a nice shot. That's a good start. Fury 1 now, they have no choice but to... Oh my Lord, that was a shot from Sulfuss. Hell of a job.
That thing was fire. That was very hot. That was a great shot. Now Sulfuss is going to try to turn, maybe burn somebody coming off of respawn. This is the second half, so it's a little bit of a differential fight. You're not going over to the range, time in and time out. It is back over to the U. Top side of the heaven, you're going to see 3 players from the side of Fury 1 kind of mounted up, and they're going to wait for that last respawn to come off. Toti's going to get hit from the back with a long shot bullet, and he might go down, but he will get revived quickly. One more shot to use. Toxiq is just putting out all the lancer damage possible. There's the first down. Aimboot's going to get that revive, and now Aimboot's going to try to transfer out his aggression over to NotClaw. NotClaw with a little bit of a misroll right there. He's going to find himself down. He's going to find himself dead. Sulfuss tries to rotate over just outside of the F hill. He's trying to be a sneaky beaver right here. One player's already D, looking for the decap, looking to try to put the pressure through. 1v1 body shot by Sulfuss. Now he's going to try to push up into that shot. He's going to get double shot down, and this could be the triple cap domination. Toxiq can't get the win, but he does. And this will just simply mean the lead will change on over to the side of Fury 1.
Oh, this is scary sights for Digital Slayers. Fury 1 holding on tight, 45 seconds. They take the lead. That's a long job from Smokz. Ventry's going to do what he needs to do to at least stop him in his tracks. Oh, one more shot, he would have definitely died, but, you know, out of the fire into the frying pans, because Smokz now has a player encroaching onto him from Fury 1, and that was Ventry. Great teamwork from Toti and Ventry, but Sulfuss, he tries to open up a door for Digital Slayers. He cannot do it. Fury 1 reading Digital Slayers like a book, capitalizing off the mistakes, and they will lead 4-1, brother. This is looking messy.
Needing just one more round to get this dub right here, right now. Digital Slayers, they got to find an answer. They are getting little brothered right now by Fury 1, if you ask me. I mean, that's one of those inter-regional matchups that we talked about last night, Blaze and I did, where sometimes you just want to beat your opponent. You just want to win the matchup, but these are those rivalries that if you lose, you know damn well they're going to be in your stream later that evening, tomorrow, whenever you playing wagers. They're going to let you know about it. They're going to be up in them little group chats, man. They're going to be just nagging away at you. Just let's get these pieces all day long, brother.
Ooh, I hate that nagging too, man. That nagging, it gets at you, right? It's like scratching in the back of your head, bro. You just got to get rid of it, but then you can't get rid of it because it's consistently there. Sulfuss, too many missed shots, but he hits the one that matters. And you got one more player to get through. I believe that's going to be Aimboot. And Aimboot's down. A strong start for Digital Slayers. The pressure is on for Ventry as well as Toti. Ensign, bit of a miss. That's going to be tough. Now Toti, Nasher out, has to force to at least to try and go big. He can't. Luckily, though, with that overextension from Ventry and also player 6 Jaled off of the respawn, Fury 1 will survive. Let's see if they thrive.
It's going to be a neutralization of the FL. 2 players are here. NotClaw is going to have the long shot on his back. He's going to get a little bit of help here. Trying to get the shots over the top. NotClaw looking for one more angle, but my goodness, great God almighty, Toxiq goes down to the headshot. Now NotClaw's got to be careful not to go down as well, as one player is now off the map. A misroll right to the bottom of the stairs. Luckily for NotClaw, he was able to turn and get the burn, but now Sulfuss is just trying to save his life against Ventry here. Double cap comes through. But, I mean, that was just a ton of time wasted on the side of Digital Slayers trying to fight over their home hill. NotClaw misses the shot there. 1v1 at the E-hill. Aimboot's going to try to engage a 1v1 meanwhile. NotClaw's going to use another shot there. He's going to try to use this next shot to try to take back the E-hill. Smoke has come out, though, and he's still blind up the sight lines. But he gets the body shot on Jaled. Now Jaled's going to be hurt. They got to try to get that extra shot onto him. They got to get the down onto him. NotClaw is full red, but Jaled gets a double. That can't happen. Somebody give me a shout out to Jose, baby. Get franchise on the line. Boy, you know that can't happen.
Can't happen indeed. Fury 1 are put themselves in a winnable position. They've got to hold on just a little bit longer, but we have seen this story play out many times. Digital Slayers on the back pedal, on the back foot, and they haven't been successful in turning things back in their favor. They've only done it once, matter of fact, and that was the one round they won, and I believe it was round number 2. Ever since, Fury 1 has been definitively in control. This is the last hurrah for Digital Slayers in this series. Big opening elimination, though, from Toti. That's going to at least stop Digital Slayers just a bit. 25 seconds remain. They've got to overextend to get over towards D. They're not going to be able to wrap it up. It's over with. I do believe maybe there's a hold up. Hold up. There's no chance.
Oh, God. One player, Toti, is going to have a chance to get into that hill. 5 seconds to go. There's the first flash. It bounces off the top of the stairwell. Won't be able to get the stun. There's the shot by Smokz. Get the first chunk. They need to be able to cap this back up. Here's going to become NotClaw. He's going to try his hand at this. This is going to be Toxiq lancering from across at the heaven. Sulfuss, he's going to throw his flash. He's going to try his hand. If this does not go through, if this fails here, this will be the end of the round. No way, no how do you get that next player into position to try to challenge that out now. It's too little, too late. Ventry's going to challenge at the overlook, but this has been a great effort. Very gaming performance by Digital Slayers. But at the end of the day, in the end, on the flip side, Smokz and crying coming out from Ventry. Digital Slayers fall 5-1 and 3-0 over to the side. Woo! Fury 1.
Man, there it is. There it is, ladies and gentlemen. Heck of a job from Toti. I mean, MVP for sure in this series. Ventry had so many standout moments. And I must say, this was a great series from Fury 1, obviously. For Digital Slayers, though, I mean, tough break. They lose 3-0 after a heroic effort yesterday, taking a team to the absolute brink. And this time, they can't even win a map against Fury 1. And Smokz rage quitting 2 times in a row. I hate to see that. That's okay. I'll get the stats. You can't hide from me. I'm going to get them either which way. But Colin, a big victory for Fury 1. That for sure is going to be a confidence booster.
The only digital slaying they're doing is your chance to get screenshots of the stats for that lovely stat book that you like to keep. That's the only thing they're killing right now. That and my patience for the fact that they are not able to win a map against the side of Fury 1, who we thought this would be this could have been very much a map 5 potential.
Yeah, I think so. I think so. I expected it to be. I really expected this series to go the distance. But Fury 1 had other plans, and I love to see that. Again, Fury 1 was, for me, the most talented and, at least I thought, the better team coming out of relegation. They look the strongest. And with Toti being on this roster, guiding Aimboot, Jaled, and Ventry, who are relatively young when it comes to competitive gears, I expected this team to go very far. Now, have they had a standout split? Not so far. I definitely think they looked incredible at times. Do they look like a championship caliber roster? They don't. Not yet anyways. But I tell you what, Fury 1 in this victory speaks volumes about what they can bring to the table. It's a scary split. The top 5 teams, they need to be, they need to have eyes in the back of their head, Colin. Any team can beat any team. Fury 1 is a great representation of that.
Yeah, Fury 1, if they can find this kind of mojo, find this kind of rhythm going forward against some of the other squadrons we see in our Pro League this split, I mean, that we are going to see a very different top of the leaderboard by the end of it, especially going into that final major. Fury 1 really showcased a great effort in this situation. I think one of the best things we've seen out of them all split long, especially with how dominant they were closing out rounds, ensuring round wins. That's what you have to be able to do against those top teams, is close. That's what Casa de Papel struggled with. That's what Digital Slayer struggled with. Fury 1, if they can close out against both of them, that just tells me that they've got one more trick in the bag that those two teams do not.
And just to emphasize that point once again, you got to be able to close out series against the top teams. That's been the biggest issue. Honestly, with multiple teams throughout all our splits that we've had, we've seen teams like, Team Queso at one point, or even Casa de Papel and other splits, take teams the distance, but just could not close out. And I definitely think that sentiment is the same for Fury 1, maybe even Digital Slayers. Once they get that confidence back, we'll see if they can close out series. Casa de Papel still the team right now, the roster. I think if they can close out series, they could be deadly. That is the biggest point to make about some of the rosters who are looking to climb up and reach that upper echelon. The composure and the ability and the confidence to say, we're closing this out, needs to be there. And I think they can reach a different level entirely in this final split. But well done, Fury 1. Digital Slayers, better luck next time. And I really do hope you have better luck next time. I think you're a talented roster, but you got to get that confidence back. You got to feel good and prove the naysayers wrong. One series down, another one to come. And this one is going to be a lot of fun. We were going to be watching Rebel play against a United Latin America versus good old North America. This is a series you definitely don't want to miss. It's going to be coming up after the break.